Here at the ballpark tonight, a lot of the Tigers' Hispanic players coming out before the game, shaking some hands with the youngsters. It's the Tigers and the Indians tonight. Game 2 in this 3-game series. If the Tigers combine for 3 or more home runs in this game, bring a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow and get a free small order of curly fries. Well, we are ready for baseball tonight on what right now is a nice night for baseball. The Tigers winning the opening game in the series. Another big crowd on hand here tonight. Carlos Guillen honored before the ball game this evening, and we'll have Carlos in the booth with us a little bit later on in the broadcast. In the meantime, we're ready for baseball as Jason Kipnis leads it off for the Cleveland Indians, facing right-hander Doug Fister. And here's the first pitch of the ball game. It's a strike called on Jason Kipnis. Fister has been awfully good in his last 4. He's trying to continue that trend and win his 6th ball game of the season tonight. And Kipnis cuts and misses. Quickly the count 0-2.
Doug's last start was spectacular against the Toronto Blue Jays, who were a hot-hitting team, but he had this pitch right here working that day. Good breaking ball. Looks like he brought it with him here tonight as well.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Kipnis.
Something else that Doug did in that ball game, he threw a lot, and I mean a heavy dose of really good firm fastballs inside. And he made a lot of those Toronto Blue Jays hitters move their feet, which opened the door for the changeup and the breaking ball.
2-2 on the Indians leadoff man. Fister at 5-7. Here's the 2-2 pitch, lifted in the air toward left field. Quentin Berry coming over, and that's how we start this one here tonight. Here's the rest of the lineup for the Indians, presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Kipnis, Cabrera, and Chu at the top. Carlos Santana back in the cleanup slot these days. Brantley is in center. Lopez the DH tonight. Kochman, Hanahan, and Carrera your bottom 3. And here are the numbers on Doug Fister, brought to you by Soaring Eagle Casino.
You talked about the numbers, 5 wins, 7 losses. He checks in with an ERA of 3.77. Doesn't strike out that many, just 79 of those in 90 2/3 innings pitched this year. But what Doug does not do, he does not beat himself. He does not walk many. He's walked 20 this year. He always fields his position and throws tons of double play balls.
He did strike out 9 in that last start against Toronto, as he faces Asdrubal Cabrera with 1 out. And Cabrera takes a strike right at the knees. 0-2.
Really, Doug's last start against these Cleveland Indians 2 starts ago wasn't a bad one. He lost that game on the suicide squeeze by Manny Acta. You know, the score was 3-2 in that contest.
And he got him, strike 3, and Cabrera doesn't like it as he has a little chat with Rob Drake on his way back to the bench.
Beaumont Health System is the sponsor of the Tigers defensive alignment here tonight. You have Berry in left. You have Jackson in center. Brennan Bosch is back out in right today. Fielder, Infante, Peralta, Cabrera in the infield, and Alex Avila putting down the fingers for Doug Fister. A nice little swing back fastball here that Cabrera gave up on. He thought it was inside, but it was a hittable pitch, and it was a strike.
Shin-Soo Choo looks at a strike on the outer edge. Chu last night, 1 out of 4, had an RBI. He has driven in 40 on the season now for Cleveland. Here is Fister's 0-1. It darts inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fister career against the Indians, an ERA of 2.52 in 10 starts. As you see, Shin-Soo has had some good luck against him, but not this time. Infante will throw him out, and it's a 1-2-3 start for Doug Fister. first tonight here at Comerica Park. Jim Leland has turned in his lineup card. It's presented by Big Boy. It's Jackson leading it off. Good numbers this year against the Tribe, followed by Berry. Cabrera batting third. He's followed by Fielder and Bosch. And then Young, Avila, Peralta, Infante are your bottom three tonight for the Detroit Tigers, and they are facing the right-hander Ubaldo Jimenez. He's presented by Bill Fox Chevrolet of Rochester.
Jimenez checks in with 8 wins and 10 losses. He has an ERA overall over 5, but he's been much better than that against the Detroit Tigers this year and 2 starts ago. Probably the best that I had seen Jimenez since he has put on a Cleveland uniform, and that start came against Detroit.
And so he starts Jackson off with a strike. It'll be Austin, then Berry, then Cabrera. AJ last night 1 out of 3, batting .318 for the year. There's a fastball up at 93 miles an hour. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jimenez, 28 years of age, a native of the Dominican Republic. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
That is the one pitch that Jimenez had a couple of starts ago against Detroit, whether it was the changeup or the split-fingered fastball that he features. They looked like they were strikes, and they were out of the strike zone when the Tigers decided to take a swing at him.
Jackson takes off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jimenez, for all the struggles he has had this year, has really pitched well against Detroit. A 1.93 ERA against the Tigers this season. That's looped into center field. There's a base hit. Leadoff man is on.
Here's that start on July 24th, and it was in Cleveland. It was Santana behind the plate as well, who led him beautifully. He didn't walk that many, but take a look at this tumbler. He also had a real good changeup that day, and the Tigers really couldn't do anything against Ubaldo Jimenez. And when he put that Indians uniform on last year, they really had their way with him, but not so much here in 2012.
No, 1.93 versus the Tigers. His ERA against the rest of the league, 5.6. Big difference. Berry the batter, and Quinton takes ball 1. For Quinton last night, 2 more hits. He had a double and knocked in a run. Jimenez ready with the 1-0 pitch. And a ground ball to first. Kochman has it there. Fires to second. One relay is a double play.
There are not many first basemen in the game that are as good as Kochman, if any. He grabs this ball and he gives Cabrera such a firm throw at that shortstop position that even with Quinton Berry running down the line, Hugh could not beat it out. Look at the feed. I mean, you give Cabrera plenty of time to get to the bag. Jackson's no issue whatsoever, and they turn over a really good double play.
So with 2 outs, base is empty. That'll bring up Miguel Cabrera, who had a big night last night. In fact, the middle of the Tigers lineup had a huge night last night. Cabby 3 out of 5 in game 1 in the series. And Jimenez missing outside. 1-0.
Miguel does major damage against Cleveland Indians pitching, just as he does just about every team in the AL Central. And he's an absolute beast.
Tried to check it, but he went up with the right hand. Goes Rob Drake. 1 ball, 1 strike on Cabrera. He is tops in the American League in total bases. 300, make it 243 for Cabrera. Jimenez with the 1-1. Ground ball to short. 2 steps to his right. Cabrera backhands. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. 1 in the books. No score. Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Strength and stability since 1849. Ram now get a great deal on a new Ram truck at the Ram Summer Clearance event going on right now. And by Klondike. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Back here at the ballpark on Fiesta Tigres night. And it's also a standing room only night. It's one of those nights, like it is every night, where the ballpark is packed. Game 2 in this series, and Doug Fister back to work, throws a strike to Carlos Santana.
I don't know about you, buddy, but that Latin music make you want to go on vacation.
Yes, it does. Find me a drink with an umbrella in it.
That's right.
Be good to go. There's a ball outside, 1-1 the count. You can do that when the season's over, Rod. Still a lot of work to be done yet.
Don't think I won't.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ball inside, 2-1 on Santana. He'll be followed by Brantley and then Lopez. Fister needed just 11 pitches to get through that first inning. Santana batting only .235 this year. But he has been a lot better of late, and because of that, Matty Acta has reinserted him back in the cleanup spot. And there is no question they really need his bat if they want to have a chance in the second half.
He's got a lot of zip in that bat. He's got a lot of pop. He walks a lot, but he also strikes out quite a bit. And Matty Acta just wants Santana to be a little bit more consistent and put balls in play, especially with 2 strikes. His swing is much too big with 2 strikes.
Driven to right field on a line and caught on a backhand by Bosch.
That ball was absolutely scorched.
That it was. By the way, this game is available in Impressionante high definition on Fox Sports Detroit HD, sponsored by Xfinity from Comcast.
Very nice. Very nice.
Well, it is Fiesta Tigres night tonight.
Increíble.
Muy bien. That's about all we got, folks. 1 out for Michael Brantley.
Carlos Guillen will be up here in the 3rd, so he'll share a few more with us if we need some.
You know, that's a good idea. Might have to have him write a few down for us. There's a ball inside to Michael Brantley.
Bola tonight.
.288 batting average with 47 driven in this year.
If you're a Tigers infielder, you have to love playing behind a guy like Fister, who works very quick, attacks the strike zone, and usually gets tons of ground balls.
He has retired the first 4 straight that he has faced. He's gone 2-0 on Brantley. And Brantley for a while was inserted into the cleanup spot because, quite frankly, he was their most consistent hitter, but he's been much better in the 5-hole this year. .323, which is where he's batting again tonight, 5th. And a strike on the outer edge, 3-1. He is also very difficult to strike out. Only Ichiro has been more difficult to strike out.
Seems like Ichiro's always at top of that particular list right there.
3-1 pitch. Driven towards center field. Jackson is on his horse, still going, and he'll get there in the gap.
He gets such great jumps in the outfield. Takes a direct line every time the ball is hit out in that gap, and that's the only way that you make this particular play. Take a look at the concentration here, and then he has to slow down because he doesn't want to overrun the ball. You know, what a talented, gifted center fielder.
You know, off the bat, that ball looked like double all the way, and Jackson got there in plenty of time. 2 gone. And that's going to bring up Jose Lopez. 1 for 4 last night for Lopez. And Fisker starts him off with a strike, 0-1. Doug has retired 5 straight to start this one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Checked it. Did he go? No, he did not, said Joe West. Let's see that one again.
It's about as far as you can go and not get that call to strike by the first base umpire.
Ground ball backhanded by Peralta and dug out by Prince. Another 1-2-3 inning for Doug Fister. And it's starting to sprinkle here at the ballpark. We are told that it's a small rain cell that is moving through, which should not do a whole lot of damage here tonight, but some of the crowd scattering as the rain begins to fall ever so slightly here at the ballpark. And Prince Fielder will lead it off as we go to the bottom of the second. Jimenez starts him off with a fastball outside, 1-0.
Indians employ the shift on Prince Fielder, as do so many clubs. Here's Kipnis in the outfield. You have their shortstop Cabrera right there on the second base side of the bag. There are so many teams nowadays that take the third baseman and put him in the outfield, and they keep the second baseman and the shortstop in their regular positions. But Cabrera, the shortstop, has played some second base. So whereas he's standing right now, that position is not foreign to him.
Prince had a big night last night, 3 out of 4. He knocked in 4. And he looks at a ball low. 3-0. We're in the bottom of the second, and Ubaldo Jimenez needed just 10 pitches for the first inning. Here's a strike call, 3-1. Jimenez also picked up a double play ball off the bat of Quentin Berry,
which is not easy to do.
It was hit sharply right at the first baseman. That's how they turn the 2. Here's the 3-1. Jimenez will walk some people, and that's his first of the night.
Let's set the Cleveland Indians defensive alignment for you this evening. It's presented by Tim Hortons. You have Carrera, Brantley, Chu in the outfield. Really good fielding percentage for Chu. .995. Konchman at first, Kipnis at second. Cabrera is at short. Hanahan over at third, and Carlos Santana is behind the dish.
Carrera tonight doesn't have to worry about the sunglasses. It is cloudy and overcast.
He had a rough night at the office last night.
That is a foul ball down the right field line. One of those helpless feelings last night. He could not get the shades down in time on a line drive, and this is what happened.
He came in, he had some glasses on, did not like those. He came back and got the more traditional sunglasses, the old school sunglasses. Then Avila hit a ball right at him. He did not get the glasses down. The ball got past him. Brennan Bosch was able to score all the way from first base on that play, and that's how the Tigers got on the board early last night. And it didn't end there for Carrera.
Oh, no. Yeah, there were a couple of other plays that really made it a tough night for him defensively. Bosch last night was 2 out of 5, batting .248, and again behind Prince Fielder in the lineup this evening.
Third game in a row, and that Jim Leyland has had Bosch, and batting 5th behind the Prince. I guess why change the lineup if you've won those 2?
Might as well. It has worked the last 2 days. Meanwhile, back in the lineup tonight is Delman Young. He's waiting on deck.
He's got some crazy numbers against the starter, Ubaldo Jimenez. He's beat him up pretty bad in his career.
Jimenez ready with the 0-2. Bosch able to fight it off, stay alive. Brennan has showed signs at times over the last month of busting out of it, or at least showing some offense. .290 over the last month or so. .248 overall for the season. Now the 0-2 again. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jimenez came into this game having lost 3 straight decisions and 5 of his last 6. Despite the good numbers he's had against Detroit this year, he's 2-0 against the Tigers. But it's safe to say he is not given the return that the Indians expected after dealing for him. There's a shot to the gap in right center. That's going to get down. This might get a run in. Prince is motoring to third. Gene Lamont sending him home.
I see you, Prince.
Fielder coming around, and he will score. It's a triple for Brennan Bosch, and the Tigers have a 1-0 lead.
The first few pitches that Jimenez threw to Bosch in this pitch sequence were breaking balls at the bottom of the zone. That one was down as well, but with 2 strikes, Brennan cut his swing down just a little bit and split the gap in right center field, and Prince able to score all the way from first base. Cruising.
46th RBI for Bosch. And now here is Delman Young. Early lead for the Tigers as Delman fouls it back. 10 for 23 with a homer against Ubaldo Jimenez.
Indians infield is playing at a halfway depth right now, and what they want to do is force Brennan Bosch into making a decision on whether he's going to come on something that's hit on the ground.
Thunder and lightning rattling around the ballpark here tonight. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Young.
Take a look at the body of work that Delman Young has had against Jimenez since Jimenez put on that Cleveland Indians uniform. The numbers don't lie at the bottom. 435.
In the air, right field. That ball is hit well. Way back to the wall it goes and caught by Chu, but it's going to be deep enough to get a run in as Bosch comes around to score, and Delman picks up another RBI.
That's a really nice at-bat by Delman, who a couple of days ago in Boston hit a lot of balls in that direction toward right field and had 2 hits in that game and a big fly. That is concentration. Man on third, less than 2 outs. Simply hit something deep enough the opposite way to cash in the run.
So with the rain falling now, 44th RBI of the season for Delman Young. He's coming down at a pretty good clip, scattering the fans. And Alex Avila stands in. Avila, 5-game hitting streak, had 2 hits in the ball game last night, and now they're going to bring the tarp out. So what took 6 innings to happen in Boston a couple of nights ago happens very quickly here tonight. A lot of lightning as well outside of the ballpark. And Heather DeBosdy and her crew quickly putting the tarp on the field here at the ballpark. Tigers taking a 2-0 lead here in the second. And they will race to cover the field up. As we mentioned, this is a small cell that hopefully is on its way through, and after that we should be okay. But the patrons are getting soaked right now, and this is a pretty good rainstorm here. So it doesn't look like it's going to last all that long. We'll talk a little bit more baseball when we come back, but right now it's coming down pretty good. Rain delay here at the ballpark. We'll be back momentarily. Stay with us. 2-0 Detroit. Tigers and Indians, well, they're back at it after a bit of a rain delay. The Tigers leading it by a score of 2-0. Alex Avila is at the plate, and it's a 1-1 count.
Not much of a rain delay. Neither starter here, Jimenez or Pfister, there should be no issues whatsoever.
That's in the air, shallow left center field, and playable. Carrera camps under it for the out, and that is out number 2. 37-minute rain delay here at the ballpark tonight. So Jimenez now will face Johnny Peralta. Tigers got a couple of runs on the RBI triple by Bosch. Sac fly by Delman Young. Johnny batting for the first time tonight, hitting .258. And Jimenez misses way outside, bouncing to the backstop. 1 ball to no strikes. 2 runs, 2 hits for Detroit. No runs, no hits so far tonight for the Indians. We're in the bottom of the second after a rain delay. We're back in action here at the ballpark. And Peralta backs out of a ball inside and make it outside, and the count is 2-0. Doug Pfister should be good to go, as he didn't sit down all that long. Here's a high fly ball, right center field, playable. Chu is over there, and that is that. So the Tigers get a couple of runs to take the lead. Here comes Pfister to the mound. Tigers baseball tonight presented by Bell Tire.
Once again, in the first inning, he didn't need that many pitches, 11 to be exact, to get through the first inning. Although in the second inning, they hit some balls right on the button. It was Santana with a missile right at Brennan Bosch, and then Austin Jackson had to run down in the gap that Brantley hit out there, and then it's a ground ball to the shortstop. That's more like Doug Pfister. Lots of ground balls, not necessarily the fly balls. He has 3 fly ball outs already in this game.
24 pitches for Doug through 2 innings. Casey Kochman will lead things off as we go to the top of the third. Tigers lead 2-0, and Kochman takes ball 1. It'll be the bottom 3, Kochman, Hanahan, and Carrera for the Cleveland Indians. .225 this year for Kochman. Here's the 1-0. Pulls that one on the ground to second base, and right there is Infante. 1 gone.
The Tigers battle the Indians tomorrow at 1:05. All kids 14 and under receive a pair of Jose Valverde replica glasses. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com.
So Pfister very quickly retires Kochman. Hanahan will step in. The delay did not do a whole lot to Pfister. 37-minute rain delay again. Jack Hanahan batting for the first time tonight. He looks at a strike, 0-1. Hanahan is in a slump, 9 for his last 52.
Really, their entire team is in a slump right now. This current road trip that they're on, they've only been averaging 2 runs per game.
No balls, 2 strikes on Hanahan, who was 0 for 3. Scored a run last night. Manny Acta's team was certainly in the thick of the race in the first half, but they have fallen off after struggling to start the second half. It's lifted toward left, back out of play.
They do not have one batter that is hitting 300, and this is where they have stumbled the second half of the year. The batting average, the on-base percentage, they're not scoring many runs, and they don't have a lot of guys that can hit the ball over the wall.
Ball inside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And really most of the damage that Cleveland has done this year has been in games where they have been able to get to the back end of their bullpen with Joe Smith and Vinny Pastano and Chris Perez. They have not been able to get to those guys on this current road trip very often.
Well, but when they do, look out. Here's the 1-2. Driven to right field. Here comes Bosch, and it's going to be out number 2 as Hanahan sends a soft liner, which was sinking in front of Bosch. That'll bring up Carrera, the number 9 hitter. So 8 straight retired by Pfister. Ezekiel last night had 2 hits. Also scored a run. With Columbus this year, he was really swinging the bat. 294, but he had a 20-game hitting streak in July. That's in for a strike. Carrera was in the big leagues briefly last year. This is his first taste of the major leagues this year. The 0-1. Make it 0-2. Doug continues to get ahead of hitters. Pfister ready with the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Pfister with a 1-2-3 inning, 9 straight retired. When we come back, Carlos Guillen will join us here in the booth. One of our favorite Tigres is Carlos Guillen, and congratulations, Carlos. He threw out the first pitch. The Tigers honored you before the game here tonight. Hispanic Heritage Hall of Fame also you were inducted in. This has been quite a weekend for you.
Thank you, Mario. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very happy. I would like to say thank you to everybody, you know, the front office, the Detroit fans. They're great. You know, my teammates, you guys. Thank you for the opportunity.
Well, you gave us a lot of thrills over the years, and we'll talk about a few of those in a couple of minutes. But what was it like to come back for you to the city of Detroit? Really a city that I think treated you very well, and you likewise treated the city very well.
Yeah, it's my favorite city to play baseball. Actually, I think this is the city to play any sport because everybody loves sport here in Detroit. A lot of good memories.
Omar Infante flying out to right field.
good memories, you know, World Series, playoff, All-Star games, you know. A lot of good memories, man.
You know, Carlos, I've talked about this, how unselfish you were as a player. I mean, you came here as a shortstop. You played third base. You played first base. You played second base. You played left field. How did you keep all that together and still go out and produce offensively the way that you produced?
Well, you have to play this game with passion, you know. I think that you have to come to a ballpark every day thinking about the game. If you think in the movie, you know, shortstop to second base, you know, you're not going to obtain good results, you know. Trying to do the best for the team every day, you know.
Shortstop was your best position, correct? And your favorite position?
That was my favorite position. After that, you know, when I moved to third base, it has to be my favorite position too, because I can play third base thinking about playing shortstop, you know. So I think that helped me.
Well, you played with a little bit of flair, too, which I thought was really made you fun to watch. And we're going to see the home run that you hit off Jared Weaver in a little bit. You showed a little bit of flair on that, but I'm talking about in the field. It seemed like you always loved to play the game. Yeah,
I love to play the game, you know. I love the competition. I love to play every day. I love to be on the field. Doesn't matter where, how. You know, I love this game.
Well, here's what we're talking about. Jared Weaver last year. This is the Verlander game. I want you to take me through this home run, and this bat flip was epic.
Pero caliente.
a little bit.
No, a lot of it.
You know, it's part of the game. You know, you have to have fun, enjoy the game. You know, it was a tough game that day. You know, everybody saw my bat when I threw the bat, but nobody saw when he was talking to Milo. You know,
right.
You know, but I take it. I take it for the team, and you know, we win.
Is it safe to say that you did not get a Christmas card this year from Jared Weaver?
No. I respect Jared. You know, he's
but did you get a Christmas card?
No. No.
Hey, Carlos, there are a lot of Tiger fans in Venezuela, aren't there?
Oh, yeah. Venezuela, they follow the Tiger, man. All the people over there, they know I'm here today. They know they watch every day, you know, baseball over there, and they watch the Tiger because we got, like, I don't know how many Venezuelan guys we got right now, but I think we got 4 or 5. So in the past years, we've had a lot of Venezuelan guys, and we got a lot of Venezuelan guys in minor leagues. They got a baseball academy over there. You know, they're all Tigers over there.
How good is Miguel Cabrera?
He's my favorite player. He was my favorite player when I was playing with him. You know, he's unbelievable.
He's unbelievable.
He's unbelievable. He's deep. He's unbelievable.
Quentin Berry takes it outside, and the count fills 3 balls and 2 strikes. Chatting with Carlos Guillen, who has retired and, of course, was honored before the game today. Threw out the first pitch as well. I want to say, Carlos, was a little bit outside, but a good, strong, firm throw, so you're okay with that.
Yeah.
There's ball 4.
Trying to keep my arm in good shape.
I know you like to watch the Tigers, Carlos, a lot from Venezuela. Have you seen much of Quentin Berry and what he adds to this team? Because I know when you were here as a player, you guys really didn't have a true base stealer, but Quentin Berry has a tremendous amount of speed. And talk about that from a middle infielder standpoint. When you have a guy on first base, it's always a threat to run. Do you have to play in, back? Do you have to change your position?
Yeah, you have to change your position. You have to change your approach, you know, because he can go any time, you know. When he hit, too, he can bomb for base hit. He can a slow ground ball, you know. It's good. You know, it's good to have a player like that because you put pressure on the defense, you know, and make a lot of difference.
He changes the whole game?
Yeah, he changes the whole game.
Berry at first base right now with Cabrera up there in a 2-0 game. Tigers have the lead here as we play in the bottom of the 3rd.
Oh.
Miguel just missed that one, fouled it straight back.
That's what Carlos thought, too. He sounded like me up here.
So what do you think about this team this year, Carlos? I mean, it's a team that just hasn't hit its stride yet, but what do you think about the second half of this team?
I think they're good. You know, they bring the 2 pieces I think they need on the field. You know, they bring Omar, they bring Aníbal Sanchez. You know, they got experience, they're consistent. They're big leaguers, you know. Pretty good young team. It's going to be together for a long time, I think. And I'm very happy the way they've been playing.
Is Leland one of the best communicators you've ever played for?
It is. It is. It is good manager. It's a good person. You know, it's a guy they need.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Miguel Cabrera. Runner goes and a swing and a miss. So Cabrera strikes out to end the inning. Well, Carlos, we appreciate it. Best of luck to you. It's always great to see you.
Thank you, man.
Stop by anytime, my friend.
Thank you. I will.
Good to see you.
Thank you, man.
Carlos Guillen, Fiesta Tigres weekend here this afternoon. Carlos, indeed, we love you. We'll be back.
Thank you.
Top of the 4th at the ballpark tonight. Doug Fister has been in command. In fact, he's retired 9 straight, 7 of 9 first pitch strikes. So he has been a typical Doug Fister this evening, and he will face Jason Kipnis to lead it off in the 4th inning. And our special thanks to Carlos Guillen, and really special well wishes to Carlos, a really outstanding teammate for all of the Tigers that had played here when Carlos put the uniform on, and was always great with us as well. Good guy, good person. We wish him well.
As we said last night, they don't usually bring you back and honor you unless you were a really good player and a really good person and a good teammate.
0-2 the count on Jason Kipnis. He'll be followed by Asdrubal Cabrera and Shin-Soo Choo. There's a ball missing outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 37-minute rain delay tonight has not stopped Fister at all. The 1-2 is hit in the air. Right center field. Jackson cruising back. He'll get to the spot and make the catch. So that's 10 straight retired to start this one, and just 38 thrown tonight by Fister. That'll bring up Asdrubal Cabrera. Cabrera is 0 for 1. He struck out against Fister back in the 1st. And he looks at ball 1 inside. Talk about Fister getting ahead of hitters. Of the first 10, 5 of them have started 0-2 in the count. And that does not bode well for you as a hitter. Here's the 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He's got that real good curveball here once again. And one of the things with Fister that he's able to do now that he was not able to do earlier this season because of the side issue that he had, which landed him on the disabled list, he is able to get on top of all of his pitches. And when he gets on top, that's when he gets that really great movement with his 2-seam fastball, and he gets that real good 12-6 break with his curveball. He is getting strong straight downhill right now.
2-2 the count.
There have been opposing batters that have told me when Fister lets the ball go with that 6 feet 8-inch frame, it literally looks like the ball is going to bounce. And Cabrera takes a fastball right down the middle because he thought it was going to be low.
And down he goes swinging. He strikes out for the second time tonight. That's 11 straight retired. And while we have a chance here is tonight's Ace Hardware Scott's fan poll question of the game. Of these 4 players, who was your favorite Latin Tiger? Was it A, Pudge Rodriguez, B, Carlos Guillen, C, Maglio Ordonez, or D, Guillermo Hernandez? You can enter your vote by texting ACE, then a space, and the letter answer to 37338. 4 really good choices tonight. Shin-Soo Choo looks at ball 1 high. Choo bounced out back in the first. 289 batting average right now. And he takes a strike on the outer edge. Fister can get on these rolls, and right now he has retired 11 straight. Now the 1-1. Fouled back out of play. 1-2. Tigers winning last night, first game of the homestand. They are now 29-21 at home, which is the most home wins within the Central Division. Here's the 1-2. Missed it outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Santana waiting his turn on deck. And the 2-2. Just missed it. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Shin-Soo Choo, who was leading off earlier in the year, but Manny Acta has put him back in the 3rd slot. He has flip-flopped with Jason Kipnis, who was batting 3rd. 3-2 pitch. High, towering fly ball, right center field, and hit well. Jackson going back to the warning track to make the catch, and it's another 1-2-3 inning, 12 in a row, retired by Fister. The Prince will lead it off for Detroit. Detroit is brought to you by Arby's. Stop by Arby's today and try the Market Fresh Turkey Asiago sandwich only at Arby's. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Back here at the ballpark on a Saturday night here in the Motor City. Standing room only, and the rain that came through the area cannot dampen the enthusiasm of these Tigers fans. Tigers lead it by a score of 2-0. Ubaldo Jimenez will come back to the mound facing fielder Bosch and then Young in the Detroit 4th. Jimenez wanted no part of Prince back in the 2nd. He ended up walking him, and he's fallen behind, or he's actually thrown a strike. 0-1.
That did not look like a strike. Prince did not agree with the call there from Rob Drake.
That'll make 3 of us. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's fouled away. 0-2. Jimenez gave up the walk, then the Bosch triple, and then the Delman Young sac fly. And that's how we've gotten all our scoring tonight. Now Prince will step out. Ubaldo taking too long. Here's the 0-2. Jimenez faced off against Doug Fister back on July the 24th and threw 6 shutout innings against the Tigers. A little bit of a different story here tonight, though. Tigers got 2 in the second. Way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Jimenez got a no decision in that game. He left, and the score was 2-0, and Joe Smith came in and threw a home run ball to Cabrera, which tied the score. Indians went on to win that game 3-2.
Right back up the middle, a sizzling single to center.
Prince Fielder is dialed in right now. Every single time he goes to the plate, whether he has 2 strikes or no strikes, he is hitting the ball right on the button. That ball was crushed right past the pitcher, Ubaldo.
You know, it's funny when you watch Fielder and Cabrera and you compare their hitting styles. Fielder puts every ounce of energy he has into a swing, and it seems like Cabrera, on many occasions, as we showed you, never picks up the foot and just flicks the ball to the outfield.
Effortless is a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's really amazing to see their 2 different hitting styles, and they both get the same results. They've driven in a lot of runs. 0-1 on Bosch. We're in the 4th. Tigers up by a pair. Bosch had the RBI triple back in the 2nd. Way inside. It'll get away from the catcher to the backstop, and that'll move Fielder on to 2nd. Wild pitch advances him
at 93 miles an hour, and you call for the fastball. If you're the catcher, Santana, it is impossible to get over in front and help your pitcher out. You call for a breaking ball, you anticipate the ball being down, you anticipate getting over and blocking it, but a 93 mile per hour fastball, you got no shot.
Jimenez in some trouble now in the 4th. Here's the 1-1. Fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bosch. Here's the Farmers Insurance report card tonight. Runners in scoring position against the Indians. First 9 games in which the Tigers lost 7 of them. They hit only .218, but this series much better. 6 for 17. And we'll see if Bosch can come through again. Bouncing ball to the right side. Kochman flags it down. Jimenez will cover for the out.
It's a great at bat by Brennan. A runner on second base, nobody out. You get him over to 3rd, and then you allow Delman Young to do what he has already done in this game, and that's drive 1 run in. We've told you already that Kochman over at first base about as sure-handed at that position as any first baseman in baseball these days.
And the numbers prove it. He's been among the best in Major League Baseball over the years. There's Young, who knocked in a run with a sacrifice fly back in the 2nd. Delman now has knocked in 44. Breaking ball bouncing in, and Santana able to stop that one. Fielder started the inning with a single, advanced to 2nd in a wild pitch, and then to 3rd on the ground out. Infield again coming in halfway for the Indians. Ball low and away. 2-0. On deck, Alex Avila. Swing and a miss. Fastball to Delman. He swings through it, 2-1. Jimenez, since putting on a Cleveland uniform, is 12-14 after they got him at the trading deadline. His ERA is north of 5. Breaking ball rolled slowly foul down the third base line.
Pink at the Park on September 5th when the Tigers play the Indians at 7:05. $18 ticket packages includes a Pink Tigers breast health awareness T-shirt. For tickets, for tickets, visit tigers.com/pinkout. So used to reading that number. 313-471-BALL.
He switched up on you this
time.
time.
Yeah, they did. Had a /.com in that one.
Here's the 2-2 inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
It's a shame when you got the number memorized.
Well, we'll read it every night. In case you need tickets, you know who to call. 3-2. Tigers trying to make it 3-0. They got a pair in the second. And Delman waiting on a 3-2. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Unable to get that run in from third, and there are 2 gone.
It's a big pitch right there by Jimenez, especially going up against a guy like Delman Young, who came in hitting .435 in his career against Jimenez, but an outstanding breaking ball at the bottom of the zone that Young could not put in play.
So here is Avila. We'll see if he can knock it in with 2 outs. Alex flied out his first time up. And he looks at ball 1 inside.
Good fastball there from Jimenez at 96 miles an hour. And before the Cleveland Indians got him when he was pitching for the Colorado Rockies, he sat at 97, 98 with just about every fastball that he threw.
The Indians, when they traded for him, were hopeful of getting the guy that was a little bit closer to the 2010 numbers when he was 19-8 through a no-hitter against Atlanta.
Started the All-Star game that year for the National League. And had he not struggled down the stretch, he would have won the Cy Young. I mean, at the trade deadline, he was the go-away winner for the Cy Young Award that year.
Well, at the deadline last year, Jimenez knew he was about to be traded. In fact, he got the news that there was a trade to Cleveland, yet it did not become official, and he was pitching that night. He went out and threw 1 inning and gave up 4 runs and walked 4, knowing that it would be his last start with the Rockies. But the Rockies needed him to pitch that night, even though they knew he was being traded. It just had not been completed yet. So it was really a strange situation for Jimenez.
I could imagine.
I mean, going out knowing that you're pitching for a team that night that you're about to leave. 3-1 on Avila. And there's ball 4. We put runners at first and third, and now Jimenez will regroup against the right-handed batting Peralta.
It's a smart job of pitching by Jimenez, and it also kind of shows the maturation process of Carlos Santana, their catcher. They weren't going to give Avila anything to hit. There's a base open. There's 2 outs. They're hoping to get Peralta out.
Johnny flied out his first time up. Ball high. And now Santana will head out to the mound. Well, Santana has a pretty good mentor on their staff, Sandy Alomar, who was a coach for Manny Acta. Of course, spent a lot of years in the major leagues. An outstanding catcher.
Santana's still very young catcher. He started his career as an infielder with the Los Angeles Dodgers, and then he was converted to a catcher. He has a great throwing arm. And most of the would-be base stealers, he's been able to throw them out this year.
Sandy had a nice career.
Sandy Alomar interviewed for 2 really good managerial positions this last offseason. The Boston Red Sox and the Chicago Cubs. So it won't be long before Sandy gets an opportunity to skipper his own team.
Sandy played in the big leagues from 1990 all the way through 2007. Driven to right field on a line. Chu is on the run. Won't get it. All the way to the wall. Fielder scores. Here comes Avila. They're going to send him around. Alex will come around to score, and a triple for Johnny Peralta.
What an outstanding at bat here by Peralta. They pitched around Avila to get to him because Jimenez thought better. A right-on-right matchup, and Johnny kind of stays with it. Hits one right between Chu and Brantley in right center field, and Gene Lamont did not hesitate sending Avila home. It's a second triple of the game for Detroit.
Omar Infante looks at a ball inside. It'll be the 4th Tigers hit as Peralta picks up his 3rd triple. So Johnny foils the strategy of Jimenez, and Doug Fister has some early offense to work with. Breaking ball drops in 1-1. Infante flied out to the right fielder Chu back in the 3rd. Right back up the middle, slowly hit, backhanded by Kipnis. Throw, safe. Score the run. Infield hit for Infante, and it's 5-0.
It's another 2-out knock for the Tigers. And that last homestand they had here at Comerica Park, the majority of the runs they scored in that 7-game homestand were with 2 outs. What a really nice play here by Kipnis. He grabs it, he throws off that left foot, changes directions in the air, and gets something on the throw. But the speed of Infante allowed him to beat it out.
Really surprised Kipnis got as much on that throw as he did. In midair, the jump stop made it close, but too much speed there for Infante. Austin Jackson 1 for 2 tonight, single and a strikeout. In there for a strike, and it's 1-1. AJ now has hit safely in 7 consecutive games. Jimenez pours in another strike, and the count goes 1-2. And the 1-2 outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 30th pitch this inning, and 78 for the game.
And 34 of those have missed the strike zone.
So Jimenez, who came in with a 2-0 record and a 1.93 ERA against Detroit this year, watching those numbers balloon.
Last year, the Tigers, to end the season, had a 10-game winning streak against the Tribe. And then when this season began, of the first 9 games they played, Cleveland won 7 of those.
Runner goes. Here comes the throw from Santana, going to be late. Stolen base for Infante.
Infante got a great jump there. He stole that pitch, this base on the pitcher. Santana has a rocket for an arm behind the plate, but with the jump that Infante got, there was nothing that Santana could do.
Omar had 10 steals with Miami this year, so that'll be his 11th overall, first as a Tiger. We'll see if Jackson can knock him in. Here's the 3-2. Fouled away. Tigers 5 runs, 5 hits. Neither team has an error. Quentin Berry waiting on deck. Swing and a miss. Jackson goes down to end the inning. However, the Tigers add 3 more. We go to the 5th.
Best baseball this year, and the reason for that, he's finally healthy. He's been on the disabled list a couple different times, but now he's able to get to a really nice balance point as far as that front leg is concerned. It allows him to get on top of the baseball, and it gives him a lot of action on everything that he throws, whether it be the cutter, whether it be the curve, or whether it be his changeup or his four-seam fastball. Lots of movement on everything.
Doug has retired all 12 that he's faced so far. That'll bring up Carlos Santana to start things off here in the 5th, and he looks at ball 1.
Santana, his first time up, hit an absolute missile to right field. Brennan Bosch was able to make the play. However,
here's the 1-0 pitch. Line drive on one hop to second. Nice play by Infante.
I see you, Omar.
A little short hop there, and Omar able to throw him out. One gone.
Also, real good positioning. They know that Santana, when he hits the ball on the ground, a lot of the times it's to the pull field, and then Omar able to pick that one cleanly and then get it over to the Prince. Omar is one of those guys that doesn't exert a whole lot of energy when playing the game defensively. I guess you could say he makes it look easy sometimes.
Michael Brantley, the batter. Fly to center field his first time up. First 13 straight have gone down against Fisker. Here's the 0-1. Brantley back in mid-May into the month of June had a 22-game hitting streak. The second longest in the American League this year. 2-1 the count. Robinson Cano had a 23-game.
He's a pretty good player.
Yes, he is. Brantley hitting in the 5 spot these days. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Lifted to center field. Jackson cruising back. 2 gone.
Austin's been busy tonight.
Here's our AT&T trivia question tonight. Who was the first Latin-born player on the Detroit Tigers? First Latin-born player to play for the Tigers. That is your question tonight. And with 2 outs now, here is Jose Lopez. there for a strike. 0-1. Lopez a bounce out back in the second. Now the 1-1. It floats inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Fister's career ERA against these Indians is 2.52. This is his 11th career start against the Tribe. So this is nothing new. He has dominated them for the most part, even though his record is 3-3. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
He's filthy tonight.
Fouled away. Fister's last 4, his earned run average was 1.80, so he's developing a stretch now where he's pretty much at the top of his game. Slow tap hit towards short. Peralta on the charge. Quick throw is in time. It's another 1-2-3 inning for Fister. That's 5 in a row. Followed by a space in the player's uniform number to 37338, or you can vote online at foxsportsdetroit.com. Well, Alex Avila and Doug Fister have been on the same page. That's pretty evident. Tigers have a 5-0 lead, and Fister has been really, really good tonight. Here's Quentin Berry leading it off. He slices one toward the gap in left center, and it's down. To the wall it goes. Berry is on his way to second, and he'll pull in there. QB on base for the second time tonight. His 7th double of the year.
Tigers have had their hitting shoes on for the last 3 days. It started in Boston, that final game. Continued here last night against the Tribe, and they're getting busy once again. Did you happen to see where the Upton brothers hit their 100th home runs in their career on the exact same night, which was last night?
Heard about that. What are the odds of that happening? Pretty slim. Ball high.
Of course, B.J. Upton, who plays for the Tampa Bay Rays, has played a lot longer than his younger brother, Justin, but to have brothers hit their 100th career home runs on the same night, remarkable.
Cabrera trying to drive in a run here. Tigers have put the leadoff man on in 4 of the first 5 innings, and they now have 6 hits. Miguel tonight is 0 for 2, strikeout, ground out. Inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Fielder will follow, and the pitches continue to mount for Ubaldo Jimenez.
I wonder if this might be one of those times where Miguel decides to swing at a 3-0 pitch. Might not be a bad idea.
Feeling it here? Nope. 3-1. How about the Jimmy John's leaderboard? American League RBI leaders Cabrera and Hamilton are tied, but you see Prince in the top 5.
How about Josh Willingham of the Minnesota Twins checking in with 80 states?
Here's the 3-1. Ground ball back up the middle. Ranging left, Cabrera has it. And Miguel is out. Runner will hold, 1 away.
Join Miguel Cabrera and the Detroit Tigers Foundation for keeping kids in the game. A benefit event at Comerica Park on Monday, August 20th. Enjoy exclusive clubhouse and field access, private fireworks show, strolling dinner, drinks, and cigars in the Tiger Club. Call 313-471-2113 or log on to DetroitTigersFoundation.com.
Fielder on base twice in this one, walking a single. He has scored both times. Santana smothers that one nicely, 1-0. Barry led things off with a double. Fielder had a big night last night, working on another really good night here tonight. This year, 390 with runners in scoring position. He's been among the best most of the season. Ooh, big swing there. Really big swing. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Prince has had a really nice year in his first tour of duty in a Tigers uniform. But anytime you play on a team with Miguel Cabrera, your numbers, you're not going to get as much credit as you deserve.
Back to the second baseman, Kipnis. He'll get him this time, but the runner advances.
Because Cabrera's numbers are so ridiculous that he puts up.
He is overshadowed, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
That'll bring up Bosch. Been a good night tonight for Bosch. He tripled in a run in the second. Advanced a runner with a ground out in the 4th. And now with Barry standing at third base, they'll try and score him with 2 outs. Little tapper back to the mound, and Jimenez will handle this one. And the inning is over, so the Tigers get a leadoff double but fail to score him. Go to the bottom of the 5th. Sixth inning, Doug Fister has been on a roll here this evening, and for Doug, the numbers are looking awfully good through 5 frames in this one. He has not walked anybody, has struck out 3, 10 of 15 first pitch strikes. And we're talking about trading deadline deals. Of course, Fister was acquired by the Tigers, Jimenez by the Indians, and the numbers were quite different.
You know, there were a lot of people that weren't really excited about the Doug Fister move here in Detroit because they looked at his win-loss record. They didn't take into account that his ERA was very, very good, and he was not getting any run support whatsoever from his Seattle Mariners teammates. But you put him on a team like Detroit where they had a good offensive club, and he was unbelievable down the stretch.
Gotchman is 0 for 1 with a ground out. I would imagine, and I know that Felix Hernandez has gone through this his entire career, that it adds another layer of pressure knowing that if you have a team that doesn't score many runs, you really don't have much of a margin every single time you go out.
Nope, you do not. And therefore, you tend to make a mistake later in the game, and you know you're not going to come back because your offense is just not good. Look at that breaking ball right there. Yeesh. I mean, this thing just drops straight off the table. Oh, he's got wicked stuff here tonight. And the numbers to back it up so far.
Here's
or lack
Fister's
of numbers.
1-2 and a swing and a miss. One gone. Well, we have a moment. Back to the studio we go. We check in with Shannon Hogan.
Does that boy get dressed in the telephone booth? Huh?
Apparently he does. He doesn't have a locker at the ballpark. He's got a telephone booth.
Trout these days is getting dressed in a telephone booth.
Here is Jack Hanahan. Apparently so did Fister tonight, because he is just rolling through a big league lineup. There's a little slow roller hit towards second, and Fonte gobbles this one up. 2 gone. That is going to bring up Ezekiel Carrera. He fanned back in the 3rd. And he grounds one foul, 0-1. Fister struck out 1 in the 1st. He got another 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 1 here in the 6th. An assortment of breaking balls. Here's another one for a strike, and the count is 0-2. Masterful this evening. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Driven to center field. Jackson going back, still going back over his head. It'll go all the way to the wall. Carrera hits the bag at second. He's coming to 3rd, and he's in there with a triple. And Doug Fister gives up his first hit of the night with 2 outs in the 6th. Jackson initially on that ball hit straight at him froze and just could not get back there in time. It's a 2-out 3-base hit for Ezekiel Carrera. 5 2/3 innings of perfect baseball for Doug Fister. There's a fly ball right field. Bosch cruising over, and that is that. No runs, 1 hit, the triple over the head of the center fielder Austin Jackson, the first hit of the night for the Cleveland Indians.
particular pitch back. He got ahead of Carrera. No balls, 2 strikes, and threw him a breaking ball at 75 miles an hour and got way too much plate with it. Austin Jackson in center field froze momentarily and was not able to recover to get back to make the play.
So the Tigers now will hit in the bottom of the 6th inning, and Ubaldo Jimenez goes back out there. He will probably hit 100 pitches at some point in this inning. Tigers have Young leading it off. Delman cuts and misses. 1-1. Young, then Avila, then Peralta. We're in the 6th. 5-0 for the home team. There's the 1-1 offering. Tigers got 2 in the 2nd. Delman knocked in one of those with a sac fly. Off the plate. 3-1. Fouled straight back. 3-2 on Delman Young. With the pitch count mounting, Esmil Rogers warming up.
He's got a good arm. We saw him in Cleveland at the beginning of that last road trip. Fastball gets up to 95.
Way inside, and Delman draws a walk. Leadoff man on for the Tigers here in the 6th. Here's that trivia question again, courtesy of AT&T. We'd like to know who is the first Latin-born player to play in the Tigers.
Ozzie Virgil.
And 1958. Ozzie Virgil. There you go. Third baseman. Here's Alex Avila. He walked and scored back in the 4th. And he skies one in the air, mile high, shallow right field. Shin Soo Choo. 1 gone. Delman holding at first base, and will bring up Johnny Peralta. Johnny had a 2-run triple after they pitched around Avila in the 4th inning. He spoiled that strategy. Ball 1 missing inside. Lifted back out of play. 2 balls and no strikes on Peralta, who now has 39 driven in. Tigers hit a couple of triples tonight. Bosch had one back in the 2nd. Johnny hit his in the 4th. Breaking ball missing away. 2-1. Indians have lost 7 consecutive games, and this has been a streak they haven't seen for quite a while.
No offense. Pitching really hasn't been that good either. So and when you add in that combination, you're going to get a lot of losses. They had a team meeting just a few days ago before they started their series in Kansas City, and that hasn't worked.
Indians have not lost more than 7 straight since dropping 11 in a row back in 2009. That's a fair ball inside the bag at third. Young is on his way to third base. Let's see. They're going to stop him there as Carrera gets it back in. 2-base hit for Johnny Peralta, his 2nd extra base hit of the night.
We saw Hanahan down at third base. He was picking everything, but he was not able to get over to this one to slow it down. And the third base umpire, Andy Fletcher, had the jackknife out of the way.
So with Jimenez over 100 pitches, 104 right now. Maniacta coming to the mound. And he will take the baseball from his right-hander. Ubaldo will leave. And the Indians are going to the bullpen. Esmiel Rogers, who was warming up, is now going to trot in. Tigers have a 5-0 advantage here, trying to add some more in the 6th. Hey, by the way, just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game. It's brought to you by Miller Lite.
Line drive that Jackson could not catch up to.
And just like that, in one swing, the perfect game, the no-hitter gone. However, this is still awfully good. 6 innings, 1 hit, 4 Ks. And no walks. So Fisker continues his role. At least so far tonight. Tigers have backed him up with 5 runs as well. In the meantime, we have a Wallside Windows pitching change now. We told you Esmiel Rogers has come on.
2.92 ERA for Rogers. He's got a power arm. 27 strikeouts, 7 walks in 24 in 2/3 innings pitched. And the league is hitting just .211 against Rogers.
We talk about the Tribe bullpen. Typically, they have been really good against the Tigers, but that mostly has been the back end of their bullpen. Here is how their entire pen is done against Detroit.
Yeah, that back end would be Joe Smith and Vinny Pastano. Then they turn it over to Chris Perez, who has been perfect in save opportunities this year against Detroit.
So Esmiel Rogers, who was acquired from Colorado on June 13th for cash, will take over now.
It's nice to have cash these days.
Cash is king. Here's Infante. Infield single, RBI, stolen base. Back in the 4th. Infield in halfway for the Indians. Wave and a miss as Infante chased 96 at the letters. Tigers have out-hit the Tribe tonight 7-1. In the air, center field. Brantley going back. It's going to be deep enough to get a run in. Both runners tagged. Delman scores. Peralta gets to 3rd. Give Infante his 2nd RBI of the night. Six nothing. Omar gets her done. We'll bring up Austin Jackson. Told you at the top of the show tonight, in the last 14 games, the Tigers have averaged 6 runs a game. Well, they're there right now, at home, that is. So they continue to swing the bats here in the friendly confines of Comerica Park. Jackson tonight is 1 for 3, single and a pair of punch-outs. That'll get away, but not far enough. Santana runs it down. Johnny Peralta, big night tonight. Double, triple, 2 RBIs. One and 2. Series finale tomorrow, and then the Yankees come in. Strike called, and Jackson punched out of there to end the inning. Another run in for the Tigers. Let's go to the 7th. Tire, get the lowest tire price period, Bell Tire. And by Toyota, brought to you by your Greater Detroit Toyota dealers. As we celebrate Fiesta Tigres night here at the ballpark tonight. You ever play an instrument, Rod, growing up?
I played a French horn back in elementary school.
Did you?
I did.
I never knew that.
I sure did.
Were you any good?
Not really.
Can you still play? Can you play it now?
No, I cannot play it now.
So if we brought a French horn to the booth, you'd be lost.
Nope, no chance.
Here is Asdrubal Cabrera. I could see you with a sax, maybe a trumpet.
No, French horn.
Here's a ground ball to second. Infante gobbles it up, 1 pitch, 1 out.
How about you?
I played a little bit of drums extremely poorly when I was a kid. Never had any lessons. I'd go down there and bang on them a little bit, but no, I have no musical talent. Zero. None. And I kind of regret that. I mean, my kids play instruments, and I kind of wish that I would have gotten more into music. Shin-Soo Choo is the batter now. Pfister moving right along. Sends home the first pitch low, 1-0.
Doug Pfister is fun to watch when he is on a mission, as he is here tonight, working very effectively, very efficiently. Lots of strikes, lots of movement on everything that he throws. That breaking ball has been absolutely lethal.
Up to 92 tonight, courtesy of Xfinity. There's a ground ball to first. And he is just chewing him up tonight. 2 gone. Vintage Doug Pfister. Here's Carlos Santana. I wonder if Carlos Santana plays an instrument.
I bet he does.
He might. We'll ask him tomorrow. With a name like that, he better. There's a ball down low to Santana. Ground out, line out in this game. In his last 19 games, 16 RBIs for Santana. But he hadn't been able to do a whole lot against Pfister.
Took him a long time to get going from an offensive standpoint. He's a guy that has hit 27 home runs. Monster year in the minor league. Drove over 100 runs one year when he was playing for the Los Angeles Dodgers in their system. They got themselves a really good catcher for a long, long time in that Casey Blake deal. They sent Blake to the Dodgers for Santana.
They did have to hold their breath, though, when he tore up his knee.
That was ugly.
And shortly after he got to the big leagues, but apparently he is well over that. 1-2.
There are many that believe that his future will be at first base anyway. Tribe aren't tipping their hand, but a lot of scouts that watch this Cleveland Indians team a lot believe so.
Right to the center fielder Jackson, and for Doug Fister, business as usual in the 7th. Got on the board early in this game. Brennan Bosch drilling a triple to right center field, scoring the first run. Sac fly by Delman Young made it 2-0, and then Johnny Peralta got in the act.
Well, it's good to see and very encouraging to see the latter third of that Tigers batting order kind of get it going here tonight. Bosch batting 5th tonight, but he's been down there quite a bit this year. Peralta with that double, Infante chipped in. Looks like Omar is finally starting to get comfortable second tour of duty in Tiger Whites.
And that's a good thing. The Comerica game summary, you know what Fister has done tonight. He's been outstanding. Peralta 2 out of 3, and the Tigers offense 6 or more runs in 9 of the last 14 home contests. Quentin Berry leads it off as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Berry Cabrera fielder. Double and a walk tonight for Quentin, who's on base 2 more times in this game. And it's in there for a strike.
What a great story Q is. And no one knew when he came up what to expect. We knew he could run. We knew he really hadn't had any opportunities to play above AAA. He gets to the big leagues and he's playing like he's been here before. He really is. Stays within himself, doesn't overswing, lots of ground balls, steals bases. Defensively, he's been good too.
The story just continues to get better and better and better, and it's gotten to the point now where it appears that Jim Leyland doesn't want to take him out of that 2 spot.
And he's a really nice young man.
Yeah, the complete package. That's what makes it a great story. Gives you speed at the top of the lineup along with Austin Jackson. Makes things interesting for the Tigers. He's about ready to discard the bat, but Rob Drake said don't do it. Esmiel Rogers came on in the 6th inning. And there is strike 3. Oh, man. Berry let go of the bat, and Drake said, see you later.
The first one might have been a strike, and Berry thought that it was ball 4, but this one right here clearly was a ball.
One out. Here's Cabrera. Gabby bends out of the way of a ball inside. Rogers came on in the 6th inning, gave up the sac fly to Infante, then struck out Jackson, and now he has fanned Barry. Kind of. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Six runs, 7 hits for Detroit. No runs on 1 hit for the Indians. Cue shot to short, and Cabrera throws him out.
Join us tomorrow for more baseball as the Tigers wrap up their series with the Cleveland Indians. Coverage begins at 12:30 with Tigers Live. That's Tigers baseball tomorrow at 12:30 here on Fox Sports Detroit.
That last putout went 1-6-3. So Cabrera now 0 for 4 tonight. Haven't uttered those words all that often this year. Fielder, a single, a walk, 2 runs scored. Ball 1. Is there a team in the big leagues that doesn't have 2 or 3 guys in their bullpen that throw 96 and beyond?
I do not think so.
It's the way the game has gone. I mean, Rogers coming out here is not even one of their top 3 at the back end of the pen, and he's chucking it in at 96. Right back up the middle, and Prince has himself another single to center field. He's going to hit 300 this year.
He's never done it before.
2 more hits tonight for Prince. Here's Bosch. Eight Tigers hits in this game. In there for a strike, 0-1. Driven down the right field line. That's going to go to the corner. It's a fair ball up against the wall. Here comes Prince to third. They're going to stop him there, and diving in with a double is Bosch. A 2-bagger to go with his 3-bagger.
And Brennan Bosch got himself a breaking ball from Rogers, and it's the second time in this game he has hit an absolute missile. This time it short hops the gate in right field, and before Chu gets it in, Brennan Bosch head first sliding in the second.
Prince is getting his sprints in tonight. He ends up at third base.
Looked like he was getting ready to tumble around second on that last one. Didn't it?
You said it, I didn't.
Well, it did. It looked like he was losing his balance.
But he kept it. That would have been something to watch.
Well, you be the judge at home.
Oh, teetering.
About right there.
No problem. Had it all the way. Now can Young deliver 2 more? And it's in for a strike, 0-1. Delman a walk and a run scored. Also knocked one in with a sacrifice fly.
The majority of the Tigers' hits here today have been extra base hits. Of their 9, that would be 5 extra base hits today.
Hanahan will throw him out. Inning is over. They threaten, do not score. Tigers baseball tonight presented by Bell Tire. the night off?
How about that?
No, he's not. He's at first base. We're okay. It's a pretty good look-alike there.
It was.
How about Fister at 79 pitches through 7 frames tonight? 1 hit, no walks, 4 Ks. The only hit was a 2-out triple in the 6th inning by Ezekiel Carrera that broke up the perfect game and no-hitter.
Dougie Fresh tonight.
Yes, indeed. Here's Michael Brantley. And that's pulled into right field, just the 2nd hit tonight for the Indians. Nine of them, meanwhile, for Detroit. That'll bring up Jose Lopez. A couple of ground balls to the shortstop in tonight's game. And he pulls that one foul. Weren't sure tonight who would be the DH, whether it was going to be Jose Lopez or Travis Hafner, who's been on paternity leave.
Hafner made it back. I saw him taking some batting practice today.
There he is, and apparently his back was acting up. One ball and 2 strikes. Congratulations to the Hafners. Trip John Hafner was born, and so Travis back with his ball club. It's his 2nd born. Strike called, and Lopez punched out.
When you're able to paint your fastball and throw it to that location on the outside part of the plate at 87 on the black, you're going to get some guys that can't get the bat off their shoulder. And Doug Fister's only given him 2 hits in this game because he's had that kind of command all night long.
Kochman slices one in the air to left center field. Quentin Berry is under it. 2 gone. It's just been an absolute clinic tonight for Fister. Joaquin Benoit warming up in the Detroit bullpen. There's Jack Hanahan to bat.
And Benoit has not pitched. And since that final day in Boston, it might be one of those nights where Jim, despite what Fister's doing, he might have to get some guys some work out there.
There's that bullpen management again, which is such a difficult thing for managers. And it goes both ways, when they're overused and when they're underused. You can't sit them too long either and expect them to be effective. Or can you overuse them? 0-1 on Hanahan, the former Tigers farmhand. Hitless in the series. Bender drops in.
I did not realize that Hanahan is as good a third baseman as he is. He is an outstanding third baseman.
I think he always had the reputation of having a good glove, but I'm with you. I'm not sure I realized that it was that good. He's made some plays in this series that have been outstanding. And Fister just missed with that one, 1-2. Here's the 1-2 inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ezekiel Carrera waiting on deck. Should Hanahan reach? We're in the 8th. It's 6-0 Detroit. Trying to take the first 2 games in this series. Little bouncer hit slowly and foul, first base side. Hanahan with a line out and a ground out. Now 9 for his last 54. And again rolled foul. Hanahan originally a draft choice of the Tigers, 3rd round back in 2001. Tigers then shipped him off to the A's in 07. Played there briefly in the big leagues. Here's the 2-2, and it's popped up. Left side of the infield. Cabrera is coming in. And that is that. Well, without a doubt tonight, it has been Doug Fister's night in this one. Fister has been in command all evening long, and not even a little bit of a rain delay could stop him tonight. 37 minutes worth, but it's been the Doug Fister show here at the ballpark. Bottom of the 8th inning, and it's going to be Alex Avila to lead things off for the Tigers. It has been dominated tonight, this game has, by Doug Fister, who's given up just 2 measly hits to the Indians. Avila is 0 for 2. Alex has a walk though and a run scored, and he looks at ball 1 from Esmail Rogers. Avila, then Peralta, then Infante. 7, 8, 9 in the Detroit lineup. Here's the 1-0. That's in for a strike. 1-1. Avila trying to extend his hitting streak. He came in having hit in 5 straight. He'll need a hit here, it appears. And the 1-1. Another mid-90s fastball from Rogers. 2 balls and 1 strike. Esmail made 23 relief appearances for the Rockies this year, had an ERA over 8. And it's looped to left field, and the hitting streak continues for Alex. A lead-on single here in the 8th inning.
Hey fans, you can follow the Tigers with the MLB.com at bat12 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. You can get live audio pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at BAT to 31826 or visit Tigers.com for details.
10 more hits for the Tigers, double digits again. Swing and a miss by Peralta. Been a big night for Johnny. Double, triple, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. Strike called inside part of the plate. 0-2. Tapped in front of the plate. Foul ball call. Santana came up throwing. Rob Drake was right on it.
Good hustle by Santana, trying to get out there and get a call.
Johnny fights one off. 0-2. The count remains.
That was a mistake pitch there by Rogers, but he got away with it. 0-2 hanging breaking ball. Right down the middle.
And again the 0-2. Fouled back out of play. Tigers scored early in this game, getting 2 in the second. They added 3 in the fourth and 1 in the sixth. And Fister tonight did not give up a hit until he gave up a triple with 2 outs in the 6th inning, as the Tigers finally get to Ubaldo Jimenez this year. They'll shoot that one down the right field line. Foul. Let's get her back into the seats. Fister has not been challenged at all tonight. And he struck out 5 in the game. Hasn't walked anybody. 92 pitches through 8 innings, and Leland did not go over to shake his hand to say thanks very much, you're done. So looks like he's coming out for the 9th. The 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he got it. Johnny strikes out, 1 gone. Here's tomorrow night's starting pitching matchup presented by Gordon Chevrolet, and it's going to be Chris Seddon. It was going to be Derek Lowe tomorrow afternoon, but he was designated for assignment. Max Scherzer for the Tigers.
Seddon with good numbers in the minor leagues. 11-5 with Columbus, their AAA affiliate. And lots of strikeouts and not many walks.
5th career start for Seddon tomorrow, and Scherzer.
You know all about Maxwell.
That's in for a strike, 0-1.
He's been racking up quite a few strikeouts himself this year.
Infante looks at the ball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fister, Jeff Jones chatting it up right now. Two and 1 on Omar. Vila, the runner at first base, he led the inning off with a base hit. Here's the 2-1. High pop up. Shortstop Cabrera under it, and there are 2 gone. Top of the order now, Austin Jackson. Austin singled at his first at bat, extending his hitting streak to 7 in a row. .317 batting average. Swing and a miss. Jackson having an off night at the plate tonight, yet the Tigers' bottom of the lineup has picked him up. They have scored 6 runs on 10 hits. Here's the 1-1. The bounce in and away from Santana. Advance the runner. Wild pitch moves him up. In the top of the 9th inning, Carrera, Kipnis, and Cabrera due up for Cleveland. 9-1-2 in their lineup. Apparently Doug Fister will get an opportunity to finish this one. Here's the 2-1. Grounded foul. Benoit still working in the bullpen. They stop throwing though. Foul tip. Jackson has struck out each of the last 3 times after his single in the first. Base hit here could score another. Driven to center field. And it's going to be caught by Brantley to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Let's go to the 9th. Nothing is our score. The Tigers have the lead, and Doug Fister has gone back to the mound. Here's the Bernstein Advantage scouting report. Get the Bernstein Advantage. We go to bat for you. And for Doug Fister in his last 5 starts, 3-1 record with a 1.42 earned run average, but only 5 base on balls.
Couldn't have come at a better time. The Tigers trying to get something going the second half of the season to try to run down the Chicago White Sox. And it helps when you have Fister and Porcello and Scherzer and also Verlander and Sanchez going out there and turning in really nice pitching performances.
And Ezequiel Carrera leads it off as we go to the 9th inning. Fister just threw his 93rd pitch. Carrera, Kipnis, Cabrera.
And if you're just joining us, it was Carrera, that got the first hit of this game in the 6th inning with 2 outs off Doug Fister.
Got some defensive changes. Santiago comes in to play second base, and Fonte will slide over to third. And Cabrera's out of the game. Drill to center field. Jackson is on the move. Not going to get this one either. It'll go all the way to the wall.
It's going to be a second triple.
Ezekiel Carrera rounds the bag a second, coming to third, and he is in with a 3-base hit and holds on to the bag with his big toe. In the meantime, he may have gotten Infante. Second triple of the night for Carrera.
He's been one of the only ones that's been able to figure out Doug Fister here tonight for the Tribe.
Right there with the spike right in the instep. Bouncing ball off the glove. This will get a run in. Back. Peralta's throw. Got it. And nice play by Prince there to hold on to the bag.
Take a look at Peralta here and how he starts to set his body after this ball trickles off the glove of Fister. He's going to start to turn his body to make it much easier for him to make a really good throw. Look at the body turn. Now he just grabs it, gets rid of it, and he needed to do that to get Kipnis, who runs well.
RBI for Kipnis is his 57th to lead their ball club. 6-1 ball game. Bases him. And a high fly to center field. Jackson is on the run for this one. He has been really busy tonight. 2 gone.
Austin go sleep good tonight. Shannon Hogan is back in the Carl Sam's studio along with Craig Monroe, and I'm sure after this game you're going to hear from a lot of different Tigers. Doug Fister will probably be one of those, along with Jim Leland. Plus, we'll break this game down and show you all the highlights. That's Tigers Live right after this.
6 putouts for Austin Jackson tonight. Doug Fister trying to get his first complete game as a Tiger. He's also gunning for his first shutout, but that went by the wayside. There's a strike call. Shin-Soo Choo, the last chance tonight for the Indians. Here's the 0-1. Choo, couple of grounders and a fly ball. Two and 1 the count. Well, you see, inning by inning, he was never really taxed tonight. 100 pitches on the evening for Fister. Crowd to its feet. 42,000 plus at the ballpark tonight. Low 3-1 on Shin-Soo Choo. Fister still working at that crisp pace. The 3-1 pitch. Driven toward right center field. Will get down a base hit, maybe more. It's going to split the gap and go all the way to the warning track. And it'll be a double for Shin-Soo Choo. So the inning is still alive for the Indians. Gene Lamont gets on the telephone to see if Benoit would be good to go, and he certainly would be because he's been throwing for a while. The hope is that Fister can get this final out. There's Santana. Pulled foul outside of the bag at first. All 3 of those came with the Seattle Mariners. This would be his first as a Tiger. And one of those was against the Tigers. Here's the 0-1. The outer edge, 0-2.
Nice backdoor breaking ball there from Doug.
Good stop there by Avila on the backhand. One-two on Santana. Chu at second base. They've had a triple and a double in this inning. Fisker trying to close this one out. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. Fisker did not give up a hit until 2 were out in the 6th inning. 5 2/3 of perfect baseball tonight. Now trying to settle for the complete game. And he got it. Strike 3 call. What a night for Fisker. His first complete game as a Tiger, the 4th of his career. And in front of 42,744 tonight, he was the star. And the skipper waiting for his pitcher tonight, who was outstanding. Tigers a winner in game 2. Back with a whole lot more after this.